Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to discuss the infamous cryptocurrency that everyone is talking about. So I'm just made a video out of the entire thing, like starting from what is the cryptocurrency, so whether we have to invest it or not, what needs to be done, what not supposed to be done, and what's about mining, blockchain, and almost everything. That I will give an outline, but I won't go in depth on everything. So depending on what you want to know, I will make future videos. So stay tuned. So let's start with the basic question. What is a cryptocurrency? Basically, it's like a digital currency. Compare it to your net bank or your online wallet like a PayPal. So it is something similar to that, but it's focused more on the security and it will avoid third-party vendors like a bank or Paytm or any kind of service. So it is the customer who is the owner of the network. So that is just an outline. Let's see how Bitcoin works in terms of cryptocurrency technologies. So let's say the point A is trying to send amount to B. In terms of Bitcoin, the transaction will be like broadcasted like, hey guys, I'm going to send from A to B, so just evaluate the transaction, like that this guy will tell in terms of codes, and it will be distributed all over the network. And the network people who is trying to evaluate is actually a computer which runs the program to do the mathematical evaluation. And basically we call those people with those kind of computers as miners. You can be a miner, I can be a miner. I will explain in depth about the mining and advantages and disadvantages of doing that in the later of this video. So once it is done, once it is evaluated by the miners, it will be added to the list of existing blocks that has been previously evaluated before this. From the time it has been created, in terms of Bitcoin, it's created from 2008. So this series goes till all the way down to 2008, and it will be posted on top of that. So basically, it will evaluate all the hash values which has been done before, which basically try to re-evaluate everything, whether the block has been changed or not. It's more like related to security. If you change any single bit in the previous history, it won't be validated. So the 50% of the network has to agree upon that. That is the proof of work what came from. So if the 50% of the network agree with this output, they will make the transaction as a valid, or else it won't be validated. There is something called proof of stake. It comes under Ethereum. I will talk about it in the later of the video as well. So diving into the second half of the question, what it stands for. So why is the purpose of Bitcoin is so important? Bitcoin is basically formed under the technology of blockchain. Blockchain might sound so technical, but it's more like a ledger system which records everything and it keeps encrypted, so that anybody wants to make the change, they have to get the approval of the 50% of the network in terms of proof of work. But in terms of proof of stake, who has the majority of the computer or the network power, they will decide it. So it's totally different cases depending upon what kind of blockchain you are using. The authentication for the block differs. Let's stick with proof of work so that you won't get too much confused. Satoshi Nakamoto is the guy who used the blockchain technology, which is initiated around 2000, and he published a paper. Like, he created a token system based on the blockchain, and he published it in an open forum. And people who is in the forum, who see the interest in the technology, they just work together and release the code for Bitcoin online. And from that point of time, it became viral. So that's that. The basic idea of, I believe, this guy had is to eliminate the third-party vendors like banks. For example, if I'm making an international transaction from China to US, there is an intermediary bank who will take some commission, and there is a bank in China which will take commission for the intermediary bank, and there will be a bank in America which will take commission a little bit. I'm not sure whether they will take commission for all the banks or not, but there are banks which will take commission for that as well. And you are basically paying additional amount for just sending money from point A to point B, just because overseas transaction. Even in within a national, if you are making a transaction between states, I believe there will be some cost, but it is less compared to international cost. So they don't want to. Also, there is a privacy issue. Bank will record every transaction that you make, and they know what kind of person that you are sending to. It's not that you are doing some illegal activity. It's just that you don't want everything to be recorded. So that is the basic reason I believe the emergence of cryptocurrency is they don't want people to interfere in what kind of transaction you are making, and they don't want you to control you. If government wants to, block every transaction, they can simply do that. You don't have all the cash on your hand, you just have it digitally. It doesn't mean that you can take everything out. There are restrictions on that, how much amount you can take within particular day or within a particular month. So it's basically avoids everything that has been told by for now. So that's the power of cryptocurrency, and that's what it's supposed to stand for. But now, because of the recent high, people just start investing in it and try to make money out of it. But that is not the actual reason that the Bitcoin has been made. So I just want to clear it out for you. I believe this question answers most of the things that I said by for now. But what do you get out of this? Well, just make use of the tide right now. Now it's being booming, and you just need to have a little bit idea about what you can gain out of this. From the establishment of Bitcoin, you should be able to receive a security perspective of the transaction for the future. So that's what it stands for. Right now, the tide is on the stock exchanges. So if you invest in Bitcoin, you can take money out of it. So just make use of it right now. So why is it so volatile though? The basic example I can give you in this case is take an example of exchange such as, stock values such as Amazon or Google. Those guys don't boom just like that, and they will host meetings for all the stakeholders whenever they are making a technological movement. Like when Google is announcing it's going to migrate it to, it's club everything to Alphabet market. They said to everyone, and that is a great move, and it boomed their stock. Not just 1,000 times like Bitcoin, but it boomed a little bit, and we noticed that it just don't skyrocket out of nowhere. And Bitcoin is not controlled by anybody. The people does. People inside the network has the control over it. So it basically how we talk about it and how we spread it virally. Depending on that, it's booming, and how we follow many people, maybe technologists on YouTube, on Twitter. So if they do things in favor of that, the tides will move on that one. So if they don't support it anymore, it will just drop like anything. And if, for example, if government is saying that we are not going to support Bitcoin anymore, or if they talk about it, they are going to regulate it, it will drop down. We have seen similar cases in the past years. So that's one of the reasons being so volatile, and it's not being controlled by the government mostly, and that's why it's make it very less to be controlled. That's a good thing in a perspective. From my perspective, it's a good thing. So whether can you invest, or how to invest if it is possible to invest. So let's talk about that. The first thing to follow is all the cryptocurrencies which are entering into the official market. There are unofficial currencies in the darknet. If you're not familiar about darknet, don't worry about it. It's more like you can't see in the clear net, which we are using on the Google Chrome or whatever browser you have. So darknet is totally different concept. I don't want to dive into that right now. If you want to know more about it, just let me know. I will just post another video of that. It's a great thing, by the way. We are talking about this one. So this particular website tells you what is the current value which has been over the past 7 days or 24 hours, whatever that is. It will just post it over here. So this is the best website by far now for me to follow everything. So very good thing about this, it will tell you the last 24-hour change for almost all cryptocurrencies on the market. One particular Twitter account I follow, he posted very nicely that it is not just that you have to invest things which is on the top. Let's say in the top you see always Bitcoin on the top. It is far more, has a market cap than anyone else. Followed by Ripple, which is it's just totally different cryptocurrency, and it is being controlled by a bank, if I'm not wrong. All the banks form this network to make international transaction and trying to convince their customers, hey guys, you guys follow Bitcoin, that's cool, but we will also make something, make the transaction faster by creating our own cryptocurrency. That is basically totally against of cryptocurrency, but it might be a good thing for banks and maybe for the future development of the financial, for the banking industry. So it will be a constant, unlike Bitcoin. I think it will be a more stable environment, but let's not dive into that. One guy which I told previously talking about in the Twitter, he posted that it's better to invest the widespread rather than just focusing on only one cryptocurrency. We can just focus on things which are booming right now in terms of percentage change. Let's say this is like very less priced in terms of US dollars. So if you buy a $10 stock of this one, you probably get, I don't know, maybe around 10,000 coins, I guess. So it will boom in terms of 1,000 times profit in short term. Yeah, I'm just predicting it. So it will give you the better results compared to buying just one cryptocurrency over on top. So I'm just giving a different perspective for you to understand that how the stock value works. This is one good website to follow, and the second one is, obviously we cannot just skip Yahoo Finance, and they just have a beautiful tab over here for cryptocurrencies. You can just click on that. I'm just on the incognito window, and still they just kept the cryptocurrency right at the corner. That's a good marketing strategy, by the way. Uh, yeah, coming back to the point, they also do have nice dashboard to see entire Bitcoin, and they will also give you this out of the 52-week range, where it stands right now is the minimum value, massive value between the 52 range, and where it stands now. This gives you a different perspective actually. So see the maximum value and minimum value between these range, and it will increase based on what kind of movement the market is in right now. So see, it is Ethereum is kind of booming right now, but it almost close to its maximum value, and it will keep rising if I'm not wrong, because I knew for a fact that there is an investment hugely spent on Ethereum to improve the smart contract purpose. I mean, the smart contract facility inside the network is gonna upgrade their security, and many people I follow do post it in favor of Ethereum's market hype, and this is the only cryptocurrency I've actually invested in, if to be honest. I'm planning to invest in triple as well, but it's a bit difficult. I will talk about why it is a bit difficult for me right now to invest in this one. I will tell you that. So these are the two websites to follow, and yeah, how to invest exactly. There are two websites I would like to discuss about. Before that, I will also give you a little bit of information about what a blockchain is. So let's say if you make a transaction and you do buy some coins, and this beautiful websites will give you in terms of Bitcoin only. This particular website will tell you whether your block has been posted in Bitcoin or not. This dashboard tells that how many blocks has been posted by for now. See, in last 28 minutes this block has been posted, and there are like 1494 transactions. So if you click this, you will get a website like this, and it will, oh, my freeze, no, it's not freeze. So it will tell you all the list of transactions that has been posted by for now. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you are making a transaction from point A to point B in Bitcoin, it doesn't mean that it's done. You need to check whether it's been posted in the block or not. So you have to get this block number, you have to get into this block, you have to search your public address, and it has to be here. So then you can confirm that it has been posted. Also, previously you remember I was talking about the miners over here. So once they are the people who complete this block and post it over here, once they complete it, they will get a mining reward. See, this guy got 15 bitcoins, which is so much, and probably there are a group of people who did the work together. I mean, actually their computer does, but they share the computational power based on their how much they share individually, and for this particular address it will be posted and it will be automatically spread among themselves. So this is how the mining process works. But don't get deviated, you cannot just mine right away. It will take so much computational power, and later on this video I will show you where we stand if you have a normal laptop. So coming back to the point, how to buy a how to buy a cryptocurrency. First, you cannot surpass the word Coinbase. This is one of the most regulated US-based exchange for cryptocurrencies. Mainly for three, I believe. It's for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, I believe, if I'm not wrong. I think there is one more, but I don't remember exactly. I only buy Ethereum in this one. So I'm not showing how to do that because my public address will be visible, and even though it is okay, but I don't really want to do that. So there are plenty of videos online. You can just simply follow that. All the links I will be posting it in my description, so you guys don't worry about the names or which website I'm going in. So the second one is Bitstamp. So the only difference between these two is mainly because it is used to purchase Ripple coins, which is also recently booming. If I'm not wrong, let's see. Yeah, Ripple is at booming. It's a 3.43% increase since yesterday. So we can only purchase Ripple in very few websites. Currently, Coinbase is not letting Ripple to join them. I'm not so sure why. I need to follow that. And for Ripple, the problem I'm facing right now is it takes like 2 weeks to complete the verification process. In Coinbase, I tried yesterday. It happened within 15 minutes. But for some websites are just a startup and they need to catch up with it. Coinbase is there. Uh, you know Ever since I know Bitcoin, I know Coinbase was there. The pro I might can discuss that yet. Yeah, let me discuss that. Coinbase and Bitstamp kind of websites are like third party. They can have your private keys, which is not so good in terms of security, but it is good in terms of storage. If you run a Bitcoin client in your machine, and if you have the all the private keys inside your machine, if the machine goes wrong, you will lose everything. If you got infected by a virus, and if it's gone forever. So in terms of storage, these guys are good. You can just simply rely on them. These are trusted. They need to be audited by auditors and all, so they have to follow some regulations to keep your account secure. So I'm just trusting them like I trust Google. So that's a trade-off. You have to do that. I just want to give it to you if you are more worrying about your anonymity. And the third one is Kraken. This guys, I believe they wanted in terms of Bitcoin. So you have to purchase Bitcoin from here, then you have to send it over here, and then you can buy Ripple. So this is one of the workaround if you don't want to wait for 2 weeks. So this website is kind of trusted. I've seen in many websites it's almost in one of the top 5, if not the top 1. So these are some of the famous ways that you can buy Bitcoins. Of course, there are many other ways, but I follow them, so I only share the working stuffs to you. So what not to do? Many people does lost Bitcoin. Like I said before, if you don't save it properly, or if you lose some of the private keys, it's gone forever. There is no point of complaining to Bitcoin.org. Many people does that. It's gone forever. That's what it stands for. It is so secure that if it is lost, you cannot retrieve it. There is no backdoor to it by far now. You might have heard about the hacks that are happening in some other countries. It's because the database has been compromised. It's not because there is a vulnerability in the network. So be aware that you need to save it more properly. And the problem sometimes is they do keep their private key, just for the hackers to take it out. So if you keep it like that, people are more cautious about cryptocurrency right now. So saving it in your own local drive is not a good idea if you are running your own client and saving all the things in your machine. If you are doing that, probably you are pretty good at networking, but if not, I won't recommend to do that, because I'm not doing that. So is it worth mining? We talked about mining a little bit before. So I am currently running a program which do mining for me. I have a gaming laptop. It has like a 6 gig of RAM and 8 gig of graphics card. I'm running an Nvidia graphics card. It is pretty good for gaming, but still I need to join a pool. I cannot run all by myself. The probability of me winning solving a block is almost negligible. So you have to tie up with people who are having a pool of network, who will share the resources among themselves and share the reward as well. So I'm trying to mine Ethereum, just like trying. My probability is like getting $100 per month. That's a good video about how to do that. So I'm just giving outline. So this nano pool is something that I follow. I just downloaded the software. I'm just running it. You just need to give your own Ethereum public account and your email ID to get notification once you got rewarded, and you can just transfer it to your own Ethereum account, and you can just cash it out. So in order to see whether your account has a success rate or something, you just need to go to ETH, because I'm running Ethereum network, and you just need to type the nanopool.org. And I'm not giving my address. As I said before, I'm just being cautious about my security. So you just need to give your address and see how much you rewarded. Also, you will get email, as I said before. Comparatively, this guy might have been running a bigger database, or he might have a bigger network, I believe. See, mine is like 17 mh per second. So this guy has like 1.7 million mh per second. So this is basically like this reward will be divided by like 1 million. That would be my probability of getting in, which is approximately equal to like $100 if I'm not wrong. So that's how it goes. So mining is worth it if you do it in a network, and your reward will not be like a 5 years back, which you can buy just a Bitcoin by running for an entire day. So it won't happen like that anymore, and the reward will be the dollar reward value will be reduced year by year, and of course the Bitcoin value is also skyrocketing. So I think there is a trade-off, but you need to know that by some point of time there won't be any reward, and it will stop producing Bitcoins. In terms of, I'm talking in terms of Bitcoin. So by one point of time there won't be any rewards, and by any point of time the maximum possible number of tokens inside Bitcoin network is 21 million. It won't be more than that. Almost 4 million has been already lost by someone. So currently there is like 11 million in production. So be aware that it won't be for long. So what was our last topic of discussion? So my overall view. Yeah, I just forgot to mention one thing. It's about the blockchain stocks. So many people are talking about cryptocurrency. Also, you need to aware that blockchain is the basic technology running behind almost every cryptocurrency network. So it is a different technology, not to be mistaken with the cryptocurrency. It is something bit more than just cryptocurrency. You need to do a little bit research on that. So basically these stocks are also booming. I just bought recently some stocks of Riot blockchain. These guys are there since 2000 if I'm not wrong. Even way behind, it has been started behind Bitcoin. So I do invest in them. They are also booming just because Bitcoin is also booming. If Bitcoin got affected, almost it's obvious that many chain of events that will affect the stock exchange. So Riot is one thing which has been increasingly keep on rising because of the recent hype. So just keep an eye on this as well. If you are just interested too much into these kind of stuffs, I would recommend to keep a track of that as well. So hi guys, this is my first technical video. If I'm just running real fast and if you couldn't understand anything, please be polite and post it on the comment, and I will try to do my best. I'm just a student here, so like you, I don't want to spend too much time on customizing the video or just putting some fancy stuff off there. So bear with me, and yeah, let me improve myself. Just give me some time. So peace guys, have nice investments. Bye bye.